This week we added our unit tests and our authentication to our project. So I'm going to briefly show that. We just did a get test for each of our collections. And here's our movie collection. And then I did create a couple of different folders, or sorry, files for the authentication, including the index.js file that hooks up to my authentication, or authenticate.js in my middleware, which also hooks up to our routes actually, where we can authenticate each of our paths. And I did it not just for the post and the put, but also for our delete function as well in each of our collections. So moving forward, on the left, we are logged out, which if we go to our API docs logged out, you can see that, again, I didn't put it for our GET request. So for our GET request, it is going to pull up our collection items or data in each of them. However, if I try to add anything to those, it does tell me you do not have access to do that. And that will be the same for each of these collections. You do not have access. I'll do a different one for like our put. Let's see. This was a little longer because I have to grab an ID. Copy. So if I try to put it in update, it again says that I'm not authenticated. I do not have access. And last, for our reviews, I will demonstrate the delete function. Oh. And again, you do not have access. So if I go back and put login at the end of my address, it says I'm logged in as Tara Bergener. And now all of these functions that I just displayed should work. So let's just show it on recommendations. That one is one of our new collections for this week. That is something else that we added, is we added our recommendations. Jonah added recommendations and I added the reviews collections for this week. So if we execute recommendations, again, it does show us the two. If we add a new one, so Tara and Moana, just execute that. Now we do have access and we can update that in our recommendations and it will show us Tara and Moana as the movie title. So now I'm just going to grab that ID and put it into our put function, and we can update this to Jonah, and we'll execute that, and string will automatically update as well because that's different than Moana. And if I update that here, execute, you can see that it's Jonah and string now. Now, if I go to my MongoDB right now, I do actually have recommendations up conveniently. And I did have something before that said string and Moana. If I refresh that, you're going to see it update in real time so that now it says Jonah and string. Now if I go back and copy that ID and go to my delete function, that I do get a positive message, recommendation deleted successfully, and I can go here and execute that. See that there's two. I can come back to my MongoDB, update that, and also see that there are just two data in that collection again. So since I did the reviews, I will briefly go through this. So it starts out with two. We do have access now, so I'm just going to create all of them saying string, and that did work. So we'll execute that. Now we do have that additional data in our collection. Now, if I want to update, this data, I'll just change my username and movie title, and star rating will say 5. Execute. That did update. Reviews, execute once again, and now it has changed to Tara and Moana. And lastly, we can delete the review deleted successfully, and execute this one last time. And we are back to 2 in our data type. As far as our tests go, I'm just going to clear this out and run our test. All right. And it will run, and then it will tell us how many have passed successfully. And we do have 4 tests that passed successfully.